So today we are back for another episode of Bowden Properties Hot Topic, and today with us we have Bowden Properties Executive Director Aaron Higgins.
Hello. So over the last few weeks and months, Kay's listening to lots of our clients and candidates, understanding how they are dealing with the new demands on the projects. Thankfully, lots of new schemes coming up. So Kay, what have you learned about how our clients, project managers and QSs are dealing with the increased project demand?
A lot of the construction professionals are having to use new strategies and techniques. One of these things could be construction technology. So a lot of professionals are implementing the use of BIM and drones. So the drones support with the site surveys and monitoring the progress, whilst the BIM helps to identify problems before they occur. Another thing is modular construction. So they are building the components off-site and then assembling them on site. So this really helps reduce construction time and costs as well. Lastly, obviously they're facing an ongoing skill shortage at the moment, so ongoing training and development can really be useful in making sure that project demands are met. Following that, Aaron, obviously you speak with a lot of clients regularly. How do you think they are dealing with the material shortage and fluctuating costs at the moment?
There's no easy fix, there's no easy answers. There's obviously multiple ways that clients are dealing with the cost of materials going up, the shortage therefore of materials, and what they can do to accommodate this. A number of things is procurement. Obviously really good QSs or estimating procurement managers have really good relationships with their suppliers, try and get preferential rates, and if they're buying in bulk, looking long term, they can procure their materials as and when they need to. And if they've got a good project, a good program scheduled out a few months, a few years ahead, they should be able to manage that the materials come to site as and when they need to. Isn't always the case. With a material shortage, sometimes it's good to look at other options as well. If they have a particular material they need for a particular site, are there other options? Are there cheaper options? Is there something that can be a replacement for that as well, that's just as good? Perhaps thinking a bit outside the box, going into other areas, other cities, other countries to procure those materials as well. A few things that clients have been doing really well and the ones that be successful is, as you mentioned earlier, sort of modular. If they can get the materials that they need, build in bulk, get them stored, so the quantity and the time and the date and the cost is looked after, then it's much easier for them to plan as and when they're coming to site. But essentially it comes down to relationships. Cash is king. If they're paying the suppliers on time, their suppliers will then prioritise them over perhaps contractors or developers that aren't paying. Recently we've also seen ISG and others going bust. Part of that could be down to procurement of materials, not getting on site and having sites sat there dormant for too long essentially, and therefore the labourers, skilled labourers rather, can't do their work, and then moving on to other sites because they're looking to build. So it's all about conversations, all about having a real clear strategy as to what they need, getting it on site as when you need it, keeping that project moving along, and then if there ever is a disruption with materials, is having a really good project manager or program managers that can adapt, get them working on a different part of the site, and keep it moving along really, so there's not too many delays.
So Aaron, what do you think the potential risks or uncertainty are for the real estate sector?
I think potential risks are, as ever, the unknown. With the interest rates being an all-time high for quite some time, that's an unknown. Obviously they're flatter now at the moment. Interest rates, mortgages, all these things that we necessarily can't control, with banking that are trying to control is obviously helping that as well. But there's always uncertainties. There's a new government, obviously just good to play the last few months. They're doing their best to implement their policies, seems to quite quickly. The ones that would affect us most would be around sort of housing. What I have found from talking to clients over the last few months is that there's definitely a pent-up desire to build up more properties, definitely residential. Whether Section 106 goes through and people can get those affordable houses built is another question. A lot of SME developers that are out there looking for land, looking to get land bought. The new planning regulations that will come into play is obviously relying very heavily on public sector having enough planners to do the work. Things often get stuck within the sort of public sector just due to man hours, not allowed to sort of process that as well. But there's definitely money there to be spent. There's investment from the UK, there's investment from overseas. We're speaking to people quite often who have investment still from sort of Asia, from North America, and sort of various other places as well, and some individuals that are looking to invest heavily in the UK. London will always be a place where people want to spend their money, especially residential. We're also seeing that investment now go into other areas such as life sciences, data centres, and like shared to be really big at the moment. We're as busy as ever in terms of recruitment as a business. There's loads of jobs coming in. People are always asking us for more project managers, building surveyors, quantity surveyors. Say every day, if you're a chartered surveyor to one point or another, you can find a job. So, okay, with all that being said, lots of positivity in the market at the moment. What are our clients or the top clients doing to attract talent at the moment?
As we all know, the construction industry is increasingly competitive. So we are having to ensure when we're working with our clients, we're looking at and emphasising on the career development within the company. How do we showcase their positive company culture, where you've got that work-life balance. You know, people really want to know what kind of compensation packages that they're going to be getting, the benefits, private healthcare, especially since COVID, has been a huge demand from candidates. And I think it's really now about focusing on not just what the candidate can provide the company, but what the company can also provide the candidate. Thank you for watching this month's Hot Topic. Stay tuned for more on the interview series with Bowden Property.